Alright, first off, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders up in Great Millstone, and peace and salutation to all the Aki and pushing this word in truth and sincerity. Yeah, I wanted to get a video on discretion. I wanted to title Discretion is Key, and I just want to give a couple different examples on how we can apply discretion in this truth and why discretion is important. I want to start off in Proverbs. I'm going to start at 2:11. It says, discretion shall preserve thee, understanding shall keep thee. Now, when it say preserve thee, you can substitute that word for pretty much hide thee. You know, it'll make you last longer, pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. It says, to deliver thee from the way of the evil man, from the man that speaketh forward things, you know, and that's very key for Akim in this truth, mainly speaking to the younger brothers that's coming in, because coming into the truth, you know, being almost 3 years into the truth, you know, that was one of the things that I had to learn. That was like a strong trait for me to obtain, was discretion. You'll see older brothers, you know, I'll just say it was very discreet, and pretty much all things that they do, you know, when they giving alms, when they doing whatever, you know, I'm just gonna pretty much get the and since I said the alms, this is Matthew's 6. This is Matthew 6:4. It says, no, I'm gonna start at 3. It says, but when thou doest alms, let not thy left hand know what thy right hand doeth, that thine alms may be in secret, and thy Father which seeth in secret shall reward thee openly. Yeah, you don't want to be that look at me type of guy, or I'm throwing out a certain amount of money. Sloppy. Okay, the camera pretty much about to die, but you don't want to be that type of guy that's saying, you know, hey, I'm throwing out all this money, this, that, or the third. You don't want to be that type of guy. This is not that look at me type of spirit, you know, that we got going on here. And that's displaying your faith, you know, being discreet, because that's keeping things between you and the Lord. It also says, verse 5, and when thou prayest, thou shalt not be as the hypocrites are, for they love to pray standing in the synagogues and in the corner of the streets, that they may be seen of men. Right. The only time they want to be showing that they men of the Lord is when they amongst the brethren, you know, and that's not what this thing is about. It says they have their reward. See, you know, that look of men and the recognition you're getting of men, that's your reward right there, you know. But we looking to obtain a greater reward, you know. It says, but when thou prayest, enter into thy closet, and when thou hast shut thy door, pray to thy Father which is in secret, and thy Father which seeth in secret shall reward thee openly. Right. Pretty much what the scripture is saying is to be discreet. You know, this is not a thing of look at me, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. You know, this is a thing of us working out our own salvation and wanting to be saved by the Lord, the Most High. You know, and these are the things that we're supposed to do. You know, in the book of Proverbs 1:4, it says to give subtlety to the simple, to the young man knowledge and discretion. You know, to the young man knowledge and discretion, because, you know, when you're young, you just want to be seen. You know, you kind of simple. You know, and that's when the scriptures say when I was let Let me get it. Yeah, this is 1 Corinthians 13 and 11. It says, when I was a child, I spake as a child, I understood as a child, I thought as a child. But when I became a man, I put away childish things. Right? When you get older in this thing, you're going to know that, those things need to be left behind. We need to be more so discreet with what we do, and that's just an aspect in the truth. Now, I got another example in terms of discretion, because in Proverbs 2 and 16, if you read a little down, it says, to deliver thee from the strange woman, even from the stranger would flatter with her words. And I just want to get the example of that real quick before this camera go out. Let's see. Because we all know the story, or for those who don't know the story of Samson and Delilah, I just wanted to give example on discretion with that, because the scriptures say, be harmless as a dove, be wise as a serpent, harmless as a dove. I know when I came into this thing, brothers always said, or apostles even always said, when you get a girl, deal with your girl, but try not to tell her this truth, because you don't want to invite extra demons and things of that nature when you're in this truth, So I'm just gonna get a story on Samson. It says pretty much because Samson was a Nazarite, he was a mighty man, and his strength was in his head, So if he cut his head, the Lord wouldn't deal with him no more, and he would lose his might, So the Philistines was looking for a way to destroy Samson. So this is Judges 16 and 4. It says, and it came to pass afterward that he loved a woman in the valley of Sorek, whose name was Delilah. And the lords of the Philistines came up unto her and said unto her, entice him, and see wherein his great strength lieth, and by what means we may prevail against him, that we may bind him to afflict him, and we will give thee every one of us 1,100 pieces of silver. Now, they enticing her with bread, a lot of money, So what she did, she got right to work. It says, verse 6, and Delilah said to Samson, tell me, I pray thee, wherein thy great strength lieth, and wherewith thou mightest be bound to afflict thee. And Samson said unto her, if thou bind me with 7 green withs, that they never dry, then shall I be weak and be as another man. Then the lords of the Philistines brought up to her 7 green withs which had not been dried, and she bound him with them. Now there were men lying in wait abiding in her chamber, and she said unto him, the Philistines be upon thee, Samson, and he break the withs as a thread of tow is broken when it touches the fire. So his strength was not known. And Delilah said unto Samson, behold, thou hast mocked me and told me lies. Now tell me, I pray thee, wherewith thou mightest be bound. See, what he was doing right there was being discreet, and what the scriptures say earlier, it will preserve thee. This was preserving him. This was helping him last, because he was lying to her, so he kept his strength. So pretty much what's happening in this story, since I got a hurry, pretty much what's happening in this story is she asked a couple more times, and he lied again, to the point that he got tired of lying, and that's verse. I'm gonna jump down to verse 15. It says, and she said unto him, how canst thou say, I love thee, when thine heart is not with me? Thou hast mocked me these 3 times, and hast not told me wherein thy great strength lieth. And it came to pass, when she pressed him daily with her words, and urged him, so that his soul was vexed unto death, that he told her all his heart, and said unto her, there not come a razor upon my head, for I have been a Nazarite unto the Most High for my mother, from my mother's womb. If I be shaven, then my strength will go from thee, and I shall become weak and be like as any other man. And when Delilah saw that he had told her all his heart, she sent and called the lords of the Philistines, saying, Come up this once, for he hath shown me all his heart. Then the lords of the Philistines, come up this once, for he hath shown me all his heart. Then the lords of the Philistines came up unto her and brought money in their hand, and she made him sleep upon her knees, and she called him for a man, and she caused him to be shaved off 7 locks of his head, and she began to afflict him, and his strength went from him. See, he decided not to be he decided not to be discreet anymore, and it destroyed him. You know, so that's just a couple quick examples of discretion and why discretion is key, because you don't want to invite demons that can ultimately take you out of this truth. And you don't want to be seen unto men as something that you really not in secret, you know. So just make sure you always being discreet, trusting in the Lord, and hearkening unto the epistles, the videos that's coming out. So for whoever this is for, Lord's will, you are edified, and that's pretty much it. I don't want to be long-winded. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Double honors to the apostles and elders up in Great Millstone, and peace and salutation to all the Aki and pushing this word in truth and sincerity. Shalom.